Hello everybody, this is Sonya. I'm in Australia and I haven't put up any videos for a little while. I have been working on sorting out my room. But hardly anything done though, because what I'm doing is I'm working it so when I put it away I'm going to have it ready to use, and hubby said that I got years to do it, so it's not a rush. But after I get through this part that I'm starting with, that'll be the part is the fabric and the paper, and I've been working on the fabric, and you're going to probably think, oh my God, why is she doing that? But because I'm going to show you what you can do with what you do with all your things, you see. Right, now I'm nowhere near finished, but I need to put up a video to keep myself working along. So in this box here so far, I have got, well no, I'll show you this first, right. So I went through some of my fabric and I made myself all these little, not little, they are, I tore or cut whatever it took to get these pieces, right? Okay, now you're probably thinking, why did she do that? I'm not making a quilt, no way in the world. I'm going to show you what you can do when you've got this sorted. It's going to take me a long time, but I'm going to show you anyway. So I've got this plains, and there's a bit of everything sort of. I don't know how many pieces I've got here so far. It was so much fun. It took a lot of tearing and getting. So this pile here will consist of small bits, right? So there's small pieces that I already had done, or I did cut them out purposely because I'm going to show you what we're going to do with that as well. Okay, they're the small bits. Okay, now you probably think, why have she got all that? But you know, when you've got a lot of bits and pieces, you need to be able to go through them and find what you need. And when you've got too much in this big space, like a big bucket of stuff, like a big box of stuff, you can't find what you're looking for. So in this one, these have got a lot of sheer ones. There's some that were originally hankies, but bought in the packet still all right. And I've also got all these pieces of white, good stuff for background, already cut. There's a bit of blue there, already done to use for that sort of thing. Okay. Then I went and I did this. Well, I did it all while I was doing it. Okay, so I've got packets of strips, all right? I have got lots of packets of strips. I've got heaps of packets of strips, but look at this, I can find it, okay? I've done the rolling strip before. I've got boxes of the rolling strips. Oh, that's these ones here, right? But you can't necessarily see what you've got unless you take it out and look about, okay? I'm going to be taking them off there and putting them in the bags, all right? Because that's what I feel will work for me. I've been considering it all the time I'm doing it, thinking now, if I need a bit of yellow, well, look at that, I've got some. If I need something a bit pinkish, there's some there, some there. I have got half a big box of all those bits done. They're in here. I am actually going to be doing that with the pieces of lace as well, but I haven't done much of the lace because you need to do, well, first things first, okay? So, out of these things, we are going to make, we're going to do some slow stitching, we're going to do yo-yo flowers, we're going to do flowers, we're going to do pockets in journals, we're going to make some buttons, snippet rolls, fabric beads, page trims, and cut out pickies for the embroidery, which means... let me see, what have I got in here? Well, I got them pictures, but there was flowers. I think I had flowers in here too somewhere. Maybe this is the wrong pile. Oh, here we go, look. See, we can do embroidery on that, see? Look, I'll show you. We're going to do all of these things, okay, and belly bands, all right? Plus, I thought of a couple of other things this morning and probably gone straight out of my head because I didn't write it down. But out of this, we can cut our yo-yo flowers. We can use pockets, make pockets for our journals, put them on pages, use them for slow stitching and whatever. But the smaller bits you can use for the buttons, flowers too, we can use this for flowers, and also the long ones. The long ones can be beads, flowers, page trims, all that sort of thing that I really love to make to put in my journals or use with something else. So that's why I did this. Plus, you know, if I've been, so this was about, there was about three or four boxes of fabric that these come out of, right? And I've also put a whole heap that I'm going to give away, not necessarily on my channel because I don't think I can't really afford to do that and do the postage all the time, but I can see what I can do, you know, somewhere down the track. But anyway, so that's what I've been doing, okay? And it's easy to do. You just tear out your pieces and put them in a pile, and there's a really lot there, and it's fun, and there's going to be heaps more because I've still got lots to go. I thought about too then putting them into colour packets, which I probably will. We'll see what happens, okay? Now, so today we're going to start, then I'm going to do the lace ones, all my laces as well, because I've got some really good ideas to do these. Now I know all these ideas are not mine. I mean, these things have been done many years and all different sorts, but some people might not have seen them or got the idea that this is what you can do to get ready to use what you need. Okay, so I'm going to put that there because I'll use some of those this morning, and because we'll do a couple of things. You know, not so. I want to do beads. I'm going to do some beads. Fabric beads are good fun, and they're real easy. So we'll do that first, eh? So we've got something, you know, to work with, and then when you go and you'll be putting your beads into something so you can find them, and you know, that's just really good idea, I think. I like the idea. So we've got these little flowers, you know, that we can make with the round things. Like, you know, the ideas for the flowers are on there. You've seen so much stuff that I've done in the past, but I'm going to show you. Well, I might do the beads, and then I'll do another video on different sort of page trims for you. Okay, and also belly bands. I probably said that, did I? Yes, I did. But anyway, so that's on my note. That's what we're going to do. We don't know how long it's going to take, how many videos it's going to take or whatever. It's okay. Excuse me, I'll just have a drink of water. Okay, so now I'm going to make a bead. I'm going to make a couple of beads. So I've got a straw. These are really hard, these straws, look. Real hard. I wonder if this is out far enough. Oh, you can do a bit further. So that's really hard, that straw. And what you do is you want to figure out what sort of colour you're going to do. Now, because when you're rolling it up, you lose a lot of your colour. So I want to do something that's pretty much colourful. I like that there pink one, and I like the green one. I might use this bit of this pink one here that I've got a bit of that. Might use that. That's going to go on there. So I'm going to cut that off. Maybe not. Maybe I'll do it on the end and then cut it off, eh? And this has still got selvage on it, and I don't mind that. And this is a piece from, I don't know, there's hearts and doves and things on it, so that's a pretty one, isn't it? Now, we're going to put a little bit of glue on the edge of the... I'm going to leave the thing like it is, eh? The straw. Save me cutting it and then it not being right. Now I need to come a little bit over the edge. Then I've got to think about that. I've got to cut it off, don't I? Might cut it off now anyway so that I've got it ready done, because I want it... I can do it by hand, it's not that hard. So that we got that. You can have a bead roller if you've got one. Mine must be out in the other room, but that doesn't matter. If you're using this, there's your hole for your bead. Look, straight up, you've got something put around there. Now just roll along a bit, and let me see what I can find for a... Okay, I'll do that bit. How about that? It doesn't need to be any thicker than that, does it? That's just fine. Put some glue along there. Now I only rolled up, let me see, this much. Where's my ruler? I'm sorry you just can't see this because it's see-through. About 5 centimetres, I suppose, you can roll up. And this part here is the length of your piece of straw. You can use whatever you like, but these straws are just the thing you want to get left over from Christmas or parties or something. So that's 3 centimetres. Is it really? Yeah. That's 3 centimetres about by about 5, okay? Now there's the glue stuck to me because it was on there. It's all right, we got it off. And we're going to just cut along here. It takes a while for this glue to dry, so I'm going to add a tiny more bit on it here, okay? Now you've seen me make these beads before. Really easy to do. And then you'll put a bead cap on there, of course. Okay, look at that. Isn't that neat? There's one bead. And then if you want to make something smaller, which we probably would, let's just cut a bit of it off. Just tear that. Make a couple of small ones to go with it. We can do the caps in a minute when we've got a bit more further along here. Measure that. That'd be about 1/2 inch, I suppose. It's not very big. Let me see. 1.5 centimetres, which is probably about 1/2 inch anyway. Righto, I'll cut that off there. Now if you think that you find this hard to hold, you might want to put a pencil or something, even the end of a paintbrush or something in there if you needed to do that. And then you can just put your glue on. You could actually use the paintbrush for a rolling thing too, but then you've got the holes just, whatever doesn't squash down, because it will close down a bit if you don't put some sort of centre in it. You don't have to. I used to put a piece of paper first and then roll the bead around. I'm going to actually put all this on here because I want it to maybe be a little bit thicker. And it has a fluffy bit either end, doesn't that look good? I do like the fluffy bit. Frayed piece, how's that sound? A bit better. I'm going to cut it off here because then you don't have your frayed piece where you've cut along, and that was there. So I probably got, how long of that was that bit? There's another bit there, see I can make another one. Okay, it'll take a little minute to dry. Doesn't matter if they're not all perfect, you know, there's just, I'll use this bit of glue here. Oops, I'm opening it inside out. Okay, just cut that along there. I think that might need to be a bit smaller, that inside. There you go. Things you can do with your scraps, if you make your own scraps. You can, and see I've got heaps of scrap pieces, but I'm going to be keeping all them because I've got too many. It's just something that you probably need to, I'll just get downsize on them a tiny bit, I think, because I don't want to, just make sure you've got it snug. Some people don't put a lot of glue on theirs, they just put some at the beginning, or I mean some at the end. I need the glue. I feel a bit more secure with the glue. If I'm going to sew beads on, I probably wouldn't use as much glue. It's going to take a minute to set that because it does this sort of thing. So now I've got 3 little fabric beads. and enough material and so forth to make another heaps more. We just put that back in there. Now I didn't have to go very far to find the piece of material. I didn't have to be scratching through things and not be able to find what I wanted. It was just there for me to use, eh? So I find that very, very helpful. I'm going to just look at the time over here because I want to make sure. I'm going to show you how to finish these. We're not going to leave anything undone because we've got to have, there'd be plenty of bits and pieces to work on. If you just give me a second, I'll get some bead caps. Bead caps maybe in here. Okay. There went my pickup stick thingy. Do I have the right sort of bead caps in this thing? I got those, but I don't know what sort of size they are. I might not have made these big enough to fit these. I didn't. So if I was making them a bit bigger, I could use these on here. But I've got and this one here would be a lot bigger, wouldn't they? Huge. Keep rolling round, and that's fine. Now I'm going to put them back in because I want to find the metal ones. It's amazing when something comes out of somewhere, it won't go back in there. Not in that one, not in that one. We got to look up in here. What we got in this one? Sorry about the noises. I do have some noises. Now these are good. I think they're too big. I do like those, but I think they're too big. We'll see how they go. I'll just give them a test drive. You can get sizes like this little one here too. That's not big enough. And hopefully we've got one more packet here that's got some in, I hope. Here we go. Now we should have some in this one that'll work for us. Okay. And a bead. So this would look all right if you had a bit bigger, and it has to be the right colour, of course. You could put that on there if you wanted to, but I wanted to try something like this here. Okie dokie. Now, I like that sort. I do like that size. And I like to put these things too. Now, a lot of this stuff come from broken jewellery, so please don't think that you haven't got the things, because you can go and find them in the thrift shops, hopefully. And then you'll have, these are a bit big. These ones they could go on a. No, that's way too big, isn't it? I might look at these goldy colour ones, sort of goldish, sort of, aren't they? Okay. That's interesting. And it's got the fluffy bit on it. Well, that looks cute, doesn't it? Now we're going to need a stick. That'll be one of these. But you need a long one, so I've got some silver ones here. So maybe I'll go with the silver bead caps to save me go finding something else. I'll just show you. So this is a really good one for a lot longer bead. Right, if you want to have a lot longer bead, you can use that on there. Okay. In this part up here, I have got some I made before. Whoops, hang on. Hold your horses. Right, we've got some in here we've made before, have we? And one there's got a... The rolled up ones. I've probably used them on things, and sent them off somewhere to live elsewhere. But that doesn't mean we can't. We can always make more, you see. There's, sorry. I'm belting the camera about there. This one here's pretty cool, except I think I didn't stick down something. Must be that bit. So I've made that, plus I've covered it with a bit of thread, so I've rolled that with different things. This one here is pretty basic. it's got a bead on the end and then the little caps and that on the end of there. So, let me see. I can find a bead. So you can do the beads, but I think I need a cap. I do. I think I need to put the top on it like that, and the top on it like that. This is what I need to do. Okay, so I need beads. Some beads, Sonya, some beads. I might have to sit just back over there a minute. Sorry about this. I'll get something that's big enough. Okay, so on the pink, I have these little ones, and these are really pretty, aren't they? Is that one? No, they're not very, very bright. This isn't shiny. These are some pearly ones. Oh, they're running away. They might work, them pearly ones, I think. This has got a lot of thick closures on it, hasn't it? It shuts there and there and there. Make sure it's shut. Grab another pot down here. Oh dear. I should have had a closer look first before I opened it, because it might not be the colour I want in here. These are too big. Maybe not. Maybe they're not. Right. Do you need anything else? Okay. We'll just try to have a look at those and see what they look like. Okay. I should have went off my note and just did the thing on the top first, but that doesn't matter, does it? We can get them all done. Right, so now I'm gonna use this bit. Okay, and I'm going to thread on this bead here, small one. Then I'm going to put the bead cap thingy, that one. Then I'm going to do this mauvey colour bead, mauvey colour bead, and then I'm going to put that in there. Look at that, isn't that awesome? All I've got to do is get it all back this way, and I'm not going to, because it's not long enough. Let me see if we've got longer ones. Have I? I do have a lot longer ones. Some of them have got no circle on the top, but they've just got a little, that there. You can put wire through if you haven't got anything long enough. I should have. There's one. Oh, I don't know, I put them all in the same packet here, so let's see. I do not want to take any of those off there, I really don't. I don't have a choice, but I'm going to have to use this length thing, stick. It's a lot bigger than those, isn't it? Yes. Well, if I can just find two to do this one, I'll be happy, because then I can just leave the other, make sure the others are a bit shorter. Well, they will be anyway, they are shorter, aren't they? It's really hard to see the colours on this, because this one here's E. And I do have packets with longer ones in it, but they're not out here. See, and when I do my room, I will be able to find them. How about that? Oh, that's the same length, isn't it? That's not going to work. I only need one. What am I doing looking for another one for? I only need one. Sonya, okay, here, this one. Right, so we're going to put that on. The bead here big enough. Make sure that bead is not going to fit down in that hole. You don't want it to go down in your bead, in your fabric part, and then you haven't got the fabric bit anymore then, have you? So that's better, isn't it? And then we need, on this way you do back the other way. You'll go with this one here first. Alright, pretty cool. You'll put that thing on there next. You'll put your pink one on, which I thought I was going to put the white one on, but the pink will do. And then you're going to turn the end of that and make that a bead. Okay, I like it. You don't think that's too frilly? Maybe not. No, it'll be fine. Now, if only I've got the right pliers, but that's not going to be a thing, because I won't have. But you just turn this on its end like that. We're not going to need it to be that long. cut a bit off. Not with that, I can't. Let me see. Something to cut with it. I don't mind if it's those black scissors. I think I moved them away though because I kept cutting things with them, trying to use them and they weren't working for me, so I shifted them. I could have used them. Goodness gracious. Anyway, now to save you people any too much agony, you cut it out here somewhere, can't you? I don't know, how does that work? Nope. I'm not really a very, what's the name, jewellery person. Where's a pair of sharp scissors that I can use? Oh, those big ones, where are they? Well, I moved them too so I wouldn't use them accidentally, because they kept getting in the road. I kept using them and I didn't want to. There's a little, I'm sure there's a little, what's the name, fly here somewhere after me. Oh. I'm just reckoning an old pair of scissors here a bit further than what they already are. Try not to shoot myself in the eye with this. That's not going to work. It's a really good piece of wire. Yeah, got him. Okay, if you turn that on its end, it probably would be good if you had the right pliers, because then you turn this round here. You keep going around. Where are you? And put that on there like that, and you've got the part to thread it through. Okay, now when I'm looking at this I'm thinking, well, that's a bit just ordinary. I know, you know, I just feel that's a bit ordinary. I'm going to have to put those back in there somehow. I think I need a new packet for that. Okay. New box or something to put that in. It's a bit bigger. Then I won't be able to find them. I'll have to sit over here for a minute. Okay. Now I'll make the other two shortly. I just need a little bit of string or something like that wrapped around there. This might work. This might work. We'll grab a bit of this. That's pretty flash, isn't it? I do like that. Nice piece of shabby chic stuff. Okay, now when I did the other one that I made, I obviously haven't fastened that down very tight. It's a little bit loose. So I'm going to just put a little bit of glue on here. Now I don't know whether I'd made this piece on here before or not. I don't know whether I should put it on before I finish making the bead or after. I don't want to have too much of it. It's back here where I started. Okay. And maybe later I might go along there and just fasten that a bit better. I think I like it though how it is, and then you can put a bit of a dangle on the end if you want to dangle something on the end of it. I have plenty of those. I'll use one of these little things out of here that I got from D. I'll put one of these little tiny hearts on the end or something. These are all a different colour, but I don't mind. I do not mind at all. They are. Just want to put this on here. I'll close that up somehow. Right. I'm going to get a ring, I hope, out of here, maybe. Nope, wrong place. I think I had them in the other box I was looking in, hadn't I? Some here. Sorry about this, people. I hope I'm not excluding you too much from what I'm doing. Come here. Because I can't pick up the right colour, wait a minute, I'll get the scissors and see if I can grab one out. I didn't want it too big, but I don't think I've got much choice. I just have to use that till I find some smaller ones, and I'm sure there's some of those about somewhere. So you just want to get this thing, push it open like that, put the little heart on, put it on there like so, close it back up again. I know it's not very, but it's a good thing, it just works good if you do it right. See that? Oh, isn't that pretty? So there you go. That's one of the things we've made from the strip. We're going to do the other set, the set of them, and you know, that'll be for, won't that be cool? Anyway, that's my first video. I'm going to do another one now, and they will be going up as soon as I can get them done. Okay, so thank you everybody for watching, and I hope you enjoyed that and you understand what I'm doing with my bits and pieces, and I'll be back and I will show you what else I can do. Then I'm going to be hopefully able to make things out of stuff that I've bought. Well, a lot of these things, there's me bird, he must have jumped down there. A lot of the things that I make anyway, this is recycled. A lot of this fabric is recycled or been gifted to me. So, you know, this is what I do with what I can find second hand, and or there's some new, but this is what I'm doing with the fabric. I mean, that's second hand, that is to that, and that, all these things. This is off a tablecloth, that's off a serviette, bit of tablecloth, that's off a pair of really cool new pyjamas I bought for second hand, and that's what I do with what I get. You know, you don't have to go and buy a whole heap of stuff like fabric and that. You can go and get clothing and still make your things out of that. So anyway, I'm just looking at this and I'm thinking that is paper under there. I've actually put paper under that, so I will be making a lace one anyway. I really like that. I'm going to actually put something else around there and be using that too. Okay, so thank you everybody for watching, and I'll be back and give you another look at what else we can do. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.